All right, guys. Third time's the charm. Here we are. We're back at it again. We've got the chat. I've got the chat pulled up. So if any comments are made, I've got that tuned in now. Haha. Take that, universe. Yeah. Okay, now we'll officially wait like a couple minutes before before we start. Yeah. Cool. We're gonna go that way. Yes, this is a Fate deck tier ranking video. I don't know. I wanted to do a villainous based video because in honor of the two new expansions that are coming, we've got Treacherous Tide with Tomatoa and Davy Jones. That's the one I'm super stoked about. We've also got Cold Tactics, which is a Star Wars villainous, which has Grand Admiral Thrawn and Count Dooku. That one I'm very excited for as well. I'm actually a really big Davy Jones fan, so I'm super ecstatic about that. I didn't know that we would be getting like live action characters. So that kind of changes, makes it a whole more broader spectrum of Disney villains that we can have, which is absolutely awesome. So I'm like, I kind of want to make a video in honor of the new expansions that are coming out, even though this video has nothing to do about those expansions. I'm like, ranking videos are always fun, but I feel like everyone's already watched villainous ranking videos, and you can only rank the expansions and the characters so much. And I'm like, let's do some digging. So I come on here, and literally the second one that pops up is Fate deck cards. And I'm like, no, that's weird, right? I'm like, wait, that's weird. It means it's different. So we're gonna do it. We've got 288 Fate deck cards, and I will be zooming in a little bit because even though these glasses are very deceiving, I still can't see very well, especially at this. And it's the graphics in my computer are very bad. But in this, I'm just kind of having it zoomed out just so you guys can see all the categories. So I'm basing this ranking video off of if I'm the person that is getting faded. So you can also come up here to this view community rank where other people have submitted the same tier or the same tier list. I only saw one. And one person ranked it as from the point of view of I'm ranking you. So what cards I would like to see come up to fate you with. I'm like, that's pretty interesting. We're going to flip it around the other way. This is if the cards are being played against you. This is a category right here, which is called Doesn't Hurt. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Doesn't hurt. We'll go. I'll obviously give examples because there will be cards in every single tier, and I'll kind of explain again why I think they're there. We've got Doesn't Hurt. I don't mind if this one comes out. It's okay. A little bit of a setback, which means it might set you back a couple turns. Danger. You're on the verge of potentially losing, and I feel like detrimental is not guaranteed like IGG's onto the next one. There are some cards in these Fate decks that to me have that ability. Um, not all detrimental are as detrimental as other detrimental cards. Does that make sense? If not, cool. And then we've got non-applicable. Non-applicable cards to me are ones that are if you want to complete the villain's objectives, they have to be they're around. For instance, like Rapunzel from Mother Gothel, to me is non-applicable. She's out. She's always going to be out, even if you vanquish her. She's out. She just moves back to her tower. Another one would kind of be Snow White. Even though Snow White has an effect, and it's a pretty good effect that can build up. The more heroes that are out, it does some pretty good damage. Um, but she's if you want to win as Evil Queen, Snow White has to come out. So to me, I'm not really. That would be to me would be non applicable. Because they're going to come out. Captain Hook is going to come out. Um, so we'll dive in a little bit, but first, let's see how we looking here. Yeah, see, it's all those stinking ads. I do apologize, guys. These ads are going to be. Oh my gosh, they're right front and center. Well, so much for a free trial for a no ads, but that's kind of lame. Also, you can see that there's like two Peter Pans. There is two sort of truths, true Maid Marians. If you guys have played Villainous, you know that they've kind of released a second base game, which I believe is called All Things. What is it? All Things Wicked? Is that what it's called? I regret to inform you that I've actually never played the All Things Wicked updated base game. I'd love to. Um, but I will be ranking both sides. So I'll be ranking, like if there's duplicates, I'll be ranking two Merryweathers. You can see that they've got two different effects. I'll be ranking them both. Um, just because you might be like me. You may have never played All Things Wicked, or vice versa. You've only played All Things Wicked, or you've just played both, and you just kind of want to see where they both fall. So I say we dive in. Let's hop in. These ads are in there. Kill me. If I refresh. Maybe I just have to keep refreshing. I don't know. Nope, that did nothing. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll just keep refreshing. But let's dive in. Actually, I think this is a good example. When Pixie Dust is played, attached to a hero, that hero gains 2 strength. Like that to me is pretty equivalent of I don't mind this coming out. It could, I don't know. Um, actually, we're starting out with looks like Captain Hook. So your main objective is to defeat Peter Pan. Obviously, there are some heroes, if they come out, you're going to want to get rid of them. If TikTok comes out, you're going to want to try to get rid of TikTok. So if it's applied to TikTok, it's a little bit worse. But I feel like in most situations, Pixie Dust is just it's okay. I personally haven't had trouble with Pixie Dust coming out. Next, we've got Lost Boys. When performing a vanquish action to defeat Lost Boys, at least 2 allies must be used. Okay. I honestly feel like I am gonna do no, I'm gonna do don't mind if this comes out. I feel like Captain Hook is really easy to get allies on the board. And using 2 to vanquish, I don't think is super hard. So I don't mind if this one comes out. Splitting Headache. We've got discard item from Captain Hook's realm. Now there are quite a few items in Captain Hook's fate deck, or not his fate deck, in his main deck. I'm going to actually put this in just a little bit of a setback. I mean, there are some that provide vanquish symbols, so it's easier to vanquish that way. So I'm going to say it is a little bit of a setback. It's not the worst card that could come out. It's not the best card that could come out. Yeah, this free ad stuff. Okay, this is getting out of control. This is ridiculous. If that redeem code would have just worked, we wouldn't be having this issue. Okay, this is really bad, guys. I'm sorry. Just don't focus on the ads. Just focus on the villainous. Moral of the story today: a taunt. When taunt is played, attached to a hero, Captain Hook must defeat that hero with taunt first. Now this, I am going to put. I don't know. Is it danger or is it a little bit of a setback? I'm going to put a little bit of a setback because to me it's only really dangerous when it is attached to Peter Pan, or when Peter Pan is on the board and you've got like all your allies loaded up on him. I'm going to put a little bit of a setback just because it's very situational. If it comes out, if you got Peter Pan out, you got TikTok, you pop it on TikTok, yeah, sure, that's going to be a little different. But again, very situational. I'm going to put a little bit of a setback. Borderline danger though. You've got John. John gets +1 strength if he has any. Yeah, this is I could not care less. I really don't think this hurts me at all. John doesn't hurt. His effect again is very situational. Any items attached to him, I just that would be like pixie dust or taunt, and that's exactly what I'm saying. If taunt is put on John, it's just a little bit of a setback. It's not danger at all. So John, I really don't care if John comes out because then that means another card is going to have to come out. You have to attach it to John. It's just no, John couldn't care less about John. I think Michael's the same way. He gets +1 strength for each location that has a hero. I personally, to me, it doesn't hurt. I know some people it might hurt. Again, it's very situational. But even then, I'm not focusing on Michael and John like ever. Like if they ever come out, like unless they're blocking like a major location, I just don't. I don't know. Call me crazy, but yeah, that's where I stand. All right, so we got some Peter Pans. This one, if I'm not mistaken, because so this is the one from the base game. The base game one is the must immediately play. You play the Hangman's Tree. Any other fate cards revealed, discarded. So actually, to me, I'm actually gonna pop him in non-applicable. Like I know you need, like I told you, like I know you need to like win with him, but this specific effect, I might just pop them both in non-applicable. And I know they have, yeah, they're gonna both go in non-applicable. They have to come out and yeah, I think that's pretty fair and safe to say. They're both non-applicable. They both have to come out. He has a little bit better of effect, like he can't be moved. Um, so actually a pretty good effect. But TikTok, Captain Hook. If Captain Hook moves to TikTok's location, Captain Hook must immediately discard his hand. Um, I am gonna put danger. I was potential detrimental because it definitely could be. But he has a lot of cards in his deck. Like let's say you pop TikTok on the Vanquish location. I can't remember off the top of my head which location that is at Ollie Roger or whatever. I don't really know. But there are other cards in Captain Hook's deck to add Vanquish symbols. So there is way around it. There is ways around it. It could be. I mean, it obviously is a little bit of a setback. It could be potentially a big setback. You basically it basically locks that location from play unless you have like unless you want to discard cards. Um, but basically locks the zone, locks your location, which is pretty bad. Which, as I say that, sounds detrimental. Like when you completely eliminate a location, to me sounds detrimental. Sorry, one sec. I'm gonna keep him in danger. I'm gonna keep him in danger because yeah, I'm going with it. Stick with my gut. Tinkerbell. When she's played, you may discard one ally from her location. I am gonna pop her probably just a little bit of setback. I mean, because she could get rid of some gnarly allies. Um, yeah, Tinkerbell can be pretty brutal, and yeah, I'll just yeah, nothing more really to say about that. Oh, there's a second Tinkerbell. Discard one ally from her location. Okay, so let's see. When Tinkerbell is played, discard one ally from her location. You may. Okay, I'm gonna pop in the same thing. So this one just has a may effect. This one has you must effect. Unless I mean obviously if there's not one there, then you can't. But may, no may, basically is the difference between those two. Wendy, all other heroes in Captain Hook's realm get +1 strength. You know, I personally never struggle with her. I am going to pop her in a little bit of a setback because that. Yeah, I'm just going to pop her in here. A little bit of a setback, but to be honest, I've never ever had trouble with Wendy. I don't know. I personally haven't had any problems with Wendy. So that concludes Captain Hook. We are now out onto Jafar, and Jafar is going to have. So I did about half of this tier list on my iPad. I don't know why because it took a long time. Here we are doing it again. Jafar will have a detrimental. I'm excited to hear how you guys feel about that. Um, I'll tell you what, it is definitely not treachery. Jafar loses its 2 power. I am going to put a little bit of a setback because it is. I mean, Anytime you lose in power, I feel like it's a little bit of a setback, especially in heroes, or you're portrayed as a hero, especially in villains who have a hard time in collecting power, or if their cards are high costing. That can suck too if all the cards are high costing cards. Yeah, must defeat carpet before. Yeah, I mean that's pretty self-explanatory. A little bit of a setback, and it's only 2 strength too, so it's not super hard to get rid of. Genie, to me, Genie is not applicable. Genie's gonna have to come out. And you always can just plan. I mean, he's got 6 strength, but you always just plan for 8. That's what I do when I want to hypnotize him. I just plan for 8 because he's going to have the +2 most likely. Um, and if not, then it's 6. Better yet. Yeah, Genie is not applicable. And Jafar draws cards. Yeah, I do like this one. Draw 1 less. This is an interesting one because if I'm not mistaken, the Scarab Pendant, the one you play to unlock the location, doesn't that grant you to draw an extra card after your turn? So you're drawing 5 cards. So if you're doing Jasmine, let's say they're both out. I'm gonna say it's very situational, but honestly, call me crazy. I don't mind if Jasmine comes out. If Scared Pendant's out, you're already drawing an extra card. If she's out at the same time, now you're back to normal. Like there's no difference, and it doesn't even hurt. I don't want to put doesn't hurt because that's situational. But honestly, I really don't mind if Jasmine comes out. Now, she does kind of suck if you're digging for Scarab Pendant and you're trying to discard, draw, and you're trying to search for the pendant. That kind of sucks, but eh. It's +2 strength if Jasmine's in around. Doesn't hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Situational, and yes, it bumps him to 6 strength, which is beefy as heck. I don't mind if this one comes out. I don't ever focus on them. I don't know if I've actually ever vanquished Raja, to be honest. Like I just don't think about vanquishing Raja when he's out. I don't know. My mind is focused on your goal, and yeah, I'm sorry. Palace guards cannot be used to defeat. Yeah, I'm gonna say doesn't hurt because I just doesn't. I don't care. I do not care about unless it's like an Ursula based deck where she only has what 2 stinking allies, Flotsam and Jetsam, and it's like Jetsam can't be used to vanquish. Then you're only limited to 1 ally, and it's super hard to draw that ally. That's different. But Jafar's got he doesn't have like a no, he's got a decent amount. Okay, he doesn't have a crazy amount of allies, but he's got some allies that you can work around. Yeah, doesn't hurt me to be honest. Statue hero, that hero gets +2 strength. I'm gonna put don't mind, and even if it's attached to Genie, you're already at 8. No, I'll put it here. A little bit of a setback. I'm being kind of stingy, but I personally don't care if Wish comes out, mainly because like whenever I have ever played against Jafar or even as Jafar, most people don't pick Wish. So yeah, you know what? Screw it. Yeah, most people don't pick Wish. I do not mind if this card comes out then. Sorry, I was trying to probably looked like I was frozen. I was trying to blink. I'm like, wait, is Crushing Blow? Okay. Discard an ally with strength. Yeah, that from Jafar's realm. A little bit of a setback. I mean, you got some allies that could get beefed up and have those discarded really kind of sucks. So that is going to actually end Jafar's, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, nope, we've got Narrow Escape. Sorry. Discard and play a hero. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of a setback. We've got quite a bit of those already, which is great, which means fade decks are proving to be detrimental. Well, not detrimental, but fade decks are useful, basically. Um, yeah. We've got Abu. So here is where the detrimental cards come in. Now, I don't think Abu is detrimental. Can he be? Absolutely. The reason I'm putting him in danger and I'm putting Aladdin in detrimental because they basically have the exact same effect. When they're played, yeah, let's see. When Aladdin is played, when Nabu is said, you may choose his location, use the item when Abu is defeated. So they have the exact same effect, word for word, except Abu and Aladdin, if I can. The reason I'm putting Aladdin in detrimental is because he has 4 strength. So he there has that potential to get the higher strength. Like if you put Wish on him, +2 to him, it's easier to beef him up than beefing Abu up. It's easier to get rid of Abu than it is Aladdin, basically. So to me, Aladdin, that's where Aladdin falls in detrimental, because this could be turns away crucial and critical. Um, now, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. How are we even looking over here? Yeah. So, oh, here we go. Wonderful ads. Okay. Again, dude, I really apologize for the ads. This was supposed to be a Villainous video, not a Valentine's Day shopping video. Okay. Now we are actually getting into Maleficent. Maleficent has some pretty heavy hitters, and like Merryweather. There is 2 Merryweathers. Cannot be played to Merryweather's. Oh, curses cannot be played. Yeah, I'm gonna put them both. Oh, do we go danger? I'm gonna put them danger because they are 4 strength. It is a little bit harder to defeat them. Now I know most of the allies in Maleficent's fate deck. My mind is set on fate deck. In Maleficent's deck, there's some pretty strong ones in there, so it's not super bad. Um, but it does set you back potentially a couple turns, potentially even more than a couple turns. Um, for that reason, I feel pretty comfortable. I always feel upset when Merryweather comes out when I'm playing as Maleficent. And whenever I draw into the Fate deck, if I'm playing against Maleficent and I pull Merryweather, odds are I'm most likely going to be choosing Merryweather, and I feel pretty comfortable with my decision. Prince Philip. When Prince Philip is played, you may discard all allies from her location, from his location. Yeah, I'm gonna put Danger as well. He's pretty beefy. Um, he can block some pretty serious symbols at some locations. Yeah, I think Prince Philip is pretty dangerous. We got Aurora. Reveal the top card of Maleficent's Fate deck. If it's a hero, play it. Otherwise, return to the deck. I'm gonna put. Oh, yeah, she's fine up there. Yeah, a little bit of a step back. I'm also not ranking like I'm not ranking all the cards in each tier as well. I know some people do that. Like for instance, like I don't think Splitting Headache is better than Taunt. I think Taunt is better. I know some people kind of shift cards around like that. I'm not doing that. I'm going through 288 cards as it is. I'm not doing that. But where did I just go? Aurora. Yeah. Depending on what hero. I mean, obviously, if it's Merryweather, then that's a humdinger of a win. But okay, Fauna. When Fauna is played, you may discard Dreamless Sleep. I'm gonna put her in a little bit of a setback. Again, situational. I mean, if you don't have Dreamless Sleep, then it's just an easy beater with two strength. You know, it's not terrible in my eyes. Flora must reveal her hand. Yeah, that doesn't hurt me at all. I don't care. I mean, depending on like what I have, like if I'm playing a certain villain and you need to keep cards secret, yeah, I guess. But it's Maleficent, and yeah, sure, I guess you can kind of keep tabs on what curses she has. But even then, like, what can you do to stop them? You know, I mean, so yeah, it doesn't hurt to be honest. Unfortunately, King Hubert. Um, you may move one ally from each adjacent location to his location. I honestly don't mind if King Hubert comes out. To be honest, call me crazy, I know. Um, King Stefan, or is it King Stefan? I can't remember right now off the top of my head. You may move. Now this to me, okay. Call me crazy. When I ranked him before, I slid him detrimental. Okay. There's so many curses. This could affect. I'm gonna do it because not only you can move her to a location. Like there's some curses that say Maleficent cannot move to this location. If she's moved to this location, discard the curse. Obviously, that would get rid of that curse, which is already a huge setback. But then there's you can control where she does and doesn't go. Like let's say her next location she needs to go to is where she needs to go. You just move her over there. She does not grant access to that location next turn. I feel like King Stefan, I really can't remember, is almost like two birds with one stone. You could get the curse, or you could just full on set her back. So I like King Stefan at detrimental. Sue me. When performing a vanquish action to defeat guards, at least two allies must be. I don't mind. No, I guess a little bit of a setback. I guess yeah, only because I kind of talked about a few of her allies in her deck are strong. They all got like four strength, three strength. So having to use like four or two, having to use potentially two four strength guys just to get rid of a three strength, that kind of sucks. But Sword of Truth. So there is two different Sword of Truths. It looks like the lengthier one is from the original base game, and this one right here is from the All Things Wicked expansion. When Sword of Truth is played, attached to a hero with no other attached items, that hero gets +2 strength, and the cost to play a curse to this location is increased by 2. I'm going to pop this one in danger. Um, Anytime like curses can't be played, like for not for free, but like at their cost, I feel it's pretty brutal. This one, no other items, the cost to play. Okay, so he interesting. I'm going to do a little bit of a setback. Um, they're pretty similar. This one just doesn't grant the +2 strength. It just increases the curse by 2 powers. And normally I really don't care about the +2 strength, but I feel like having both of those effects is pretty strong. So I'm going to put that in danger. Where are we floating now? Once Upon a Dream. All right, this is the last Maleficent Fate card. Discard a curse. Yeah. Oh, that has. Oh, okay. I'm still gonna put danger because it is a strong effect. Like it's a complete setback. Because even when Maleficent has one curse out, she's already 25% done with her objective. Like she's already putting pressure on, most likely turn one. She could very well be 50% done turn one, and that is super scary. Um, so having this just eliminating one, yeah, even if there's not a hero, like and again in this situational, there has to be a hero there, which I get. Um, Now we're on to Prince John. Cool. We've obviously got two Maid Marians, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. The lengthier one is the base game. The condensed, I feel like that might be the most of it because I think yeah. When Maid Marian is defeated, find and play Robin Hood and play him to the same location. So, knowing that this is base game, I'm gonna put this. Let's see. One sec. Whoa, where'd she go? She went somewhere. There she is. So Robin Hood base game, the amount of power that Prince John gains is reduced by 1. Okay. I'll put him a little bit of a setback. I honestly was gonna pop like doesn't hurt, to be honest, because in base game version, Robin Hood is not crucial to you winning. But if I'm not mistaken, the All Things Wicked expansion is collect 20 power and have Robin Hood at the jail. I could be wrong. So for that reason, I am going to put Robin Hood. Let's see. I can actually see that one. Okay, yeah. So you have to defeat Robin Hood in this one, and so for that, I'm going to put him in. I'm going to put him non-applicable. This one I will put danger because anytime like money is reduced, so I'm going to put Maid Marian a little bit of a setback because not only is she 3 strength, she adds Robin Hood. I probably should put her higher, huh? Nah, I'm sticking with it. Screw it. So that means this Maid Marian, Final 3 Robin Hood. I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put them both here, I think. Let's put them both there so they're looking together. Okay, we've got Skippy. Must be used. Oh, cannot be used. Okay. I normally just don't care about Skippy. I'm sorry. I don't feel like it's super hard to find other art with other allies, and I know he doesn't have a lot of allies, but he has other allies that he can use. I'm gonna put don't mind. It's not that it doesn't hurt. I mean, he still blocks a location, and if you have Wolf Archers, then he is currently blocking that location. Okay. When Toby is defeated, shuffle him back into the prison. Sorry, Toby, you don't hurt me at all. I love when Toby comes out, which is never, honestly, because he's so bad, no one picks him, so whatever, I guess. Friar Tuck, there's 2 Friar Tucks. I imagine the, is he lengthier? Oh, is he a May and not May again? Interesting. So he's looks like he has a May effect. So you may discard all warrants at locations. This one is just discard. If it's just discard, I don't know. Is it danger? I mean, warrants to me are pretty important. I just accidentally put him in danger, so I'm going to put him in danger. I don't actually know if he is danger though, but I'm going to put him in danger because anytime you're again limiting the amount of power that Prince John can get is pretty brutal, which we're obviously going to get down here as well. Cannot play effects. That is danger. I feel like there's some cards in his deck that need to be played, and they are effect cards. Not saying it's quite detrimental. I could see it being detrimental, but it's not quite. You know what? King Richard. What did I even put in my last one? Let's see what I put in. I even have. What did I have? Looks like I had, and I'm really trying not to like make the exact same tier category. But yeah, he went in danger. My last one, Lady Cluck, cannot be played to the jail. Okay, hear me out, folks. If you're loaded up with warrants, that's disgusting. Like to me, I don't put all warrants on the same location. I put warrant on the first 3 locations, leave the jail open. If Lady Cluck comes out, she can't go to jail. She's going to a warrant location. Obviously, if you have it out, I'm gonna pop her. Don't mind. I'm sorry. I just don't feel. Let's go a little bit of a setback because jail at least doesn't have any locations that, like, if people are played to the jail, they're not blocking any locations. So this basically means that she's guaranteed to block um, actions that you can do. But okay. All right, we got 2 Little Johns, and I imagine the beefier one is the base game. Let's just see really fast. Absolutely. So when Little John is played, you may take up to 4 power from Prince John, put it on Little John. When Little John is defeated, power is I am gonna put Little John. So my last in the video or the one I just saw on my iPad had him in danger. To me, Little John is actually going to be detrimental. With that being said, I am just going to slide. Probably V is in danger. They almost have the same effect, but if there's no hero out, then they're completely useless. Whereas Little John, he's a hero. He gets that granted ability. The amount of power that Prince John gets from each card. Whoa! A completely different effect. Holy. So he is basically. Oh, interesting. His effect is basically. Where'd he go? Is the updated Robin Hood. Interesting. With that being said, yeah, danger. Interesting. Interesting. So the base game Little John to me is more detrimental than the updated All Things Wicked one. Super cool. Clever Disguise. Basically, you attach it to a hero. Hero cannot be defeated. You can pay 2 power to discard the card. Yeah, I'm going to say danger. No, I'm going to do a little bit of setback. I'm going to do a little bit of setback. I mean, obviously you can pop it on Robin Hood. That sucks. And yeah. So these will both take up to 4 power for Prince John and put him on one hero. Put him on any one hero. Yep. You cannot place power on a hero at that jail. Okay, interesting. I think they're both danger. You're taking 4 coins. You're forcing them to vanquish a hero to get the coins back, and to me that's pretty dangerous. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit more than just a little bit of a setback to me. We are officially. Nope, we got one more. Okay. All other heroes in Prince John's realm get. Okay. I don't mind if it comes out, to be honest. I almost want to say it doesn't hurt, but I mean, I don't know. I don't mind. I don't know. All right, we are cruising. We are now in Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts Fate deck. I recently played Queen of Hearts in the tournament, and I bombed. I did not, and I didn't pilot her well. I didn't. That's on me. I feel like I could have gotten out. I didn't pilot her well, which I'm hitting myself for. However, her Fate deck sucks. Um, it is garbage, and that means it's good. It's a great Fate deck. On that note, March Hare, I'm gonna actually, put. Don't mind if it comes out. We're starting out. We're gonna pop these two because they both have the same effect. If Mad Hatter gets +2, if March Hare is out, March Hare gets +2 if Mad Hatter is out. So I'm just gonna put them right next to each other. Um, I feel pretty comfortable with that selection. White Rabbit. Cost to activate card guards is increased by 1. I'll do a little bit of setback on that one. That's not. It's a pretty good effect. Cheshire Cat. Danger. I don't want to beat around the bush too much. He just unconverts 2 card guards. If you defeat him, you reconvert those card guards back to wickets. Um, which is very strong. Don't get me wrong, but again, very situational. Like I say, you only have one out, then he's not as strong. And then when you vanquish him, If you have mount, then you can get 2. So, card guards cannot be played. Oh, sorry, cannot be converted to. So the thing about, I'm actually gonna put danger, dude. Anytime you like gotta use your card guards to vanquish, and that's where I didn't pilot Queen of Hearts good. Is I didn't unconvert my wickets back to card guards to use in the vanquish. And that's the hard part, is because there's 8 card guards in the deck, if I'm not mistaken. There's any more. No, there's more than that. Right? Remember. Either way, anytime you have to like get rid of them, that sucks. Like that to me is a huge, huge step back. Queen of Hearts Fate deck wouldn't be nearly as brutal if everyone wasn't beefy as heck. Cheshire Cat 5. Dodo is 3. These have potential of being 5. So you have to use 2 card guards to get rid of most heroes that come out, which is a huge, huge setback. Not to mention this loaf, Alice, beefy 5, Caterpillar. I actually don't care about Caterpillar. We'll get to them. Dormouse cannot be shrunk. Yeah, I do not care about that one. Doesn't hurt because I don't care about that one. To be honest, doesn't hurt. This is where things get real intense. I'm gonna pop this. Yeah, I'm gonna put detrimental. We're gonna have a detrimental because if Alice is already out, then you're discarding stuff anyway. But if not, then you're bringing out Alice, who I will immediately put in detrimental. If I'm sorry, right there, both in detrimental. One searches Alice, which is bad. The other one is Alice, and Alice cannot move allies or items. Now that may not sound like anything crazy, but then you pair it with this Momrath's card, which I'm gonna pop in detrimental, guys. We have 3 detrimental cards in Queen of Hearts deck. This, well, technically this 2-card combo. I guess you can call it the 3-card combo. Is disgusting as heck. So what it does is, I mean, if you guys probably know, but if not, I'm gonna speak my mind. Momrath, you move a card guard or wicket to another location with another card guard or wicket. So now you have a location with 2 card guards, which you don't need. Okay, cool. I'll just move it back. Oh wait, Alice prevents that. Well, how do I get rid of Alice? She's 5 strength. You can't get rid of Alice. After that tournament, I do not like playing Queen of Hearts. Like, even if you pilot her good, you're going through most of your card guards and vanquishes, and she has very, very little other allies other than card guards, and it sucks. I know she's one of the top tier killers. Killers, oh my goodness, top tier villains. I just didn't pilot her good. I don't know. I just must not know how to pilot her. I've played her multiple times. I guess I didn't pilot her right. I'm late. Choose and play a hero with strength 3 or yeah, that's a little bit of a setback. I feel like every card in her deck is very useful. Enlarge, yeah, that one I'm actually gonna put. I don't mind if it comes out. Because honestly, if I already have a hero out, they're already doing damage. This just kind of makes them do even more damage. But at this point, I'm like, you know what? I don't even care at this point. Bring it on. I do feel like Queen of Hearts is better. I guess I'm basically basing this tier list off 1v1. If you are in a 4-person or potential like 6-person villainous, Queen of Hearts actually has a dang good chance of winning. Because they can't keep continuously being faded. Whereas 1v1, it's more brutal. So I guess I probably should say that. I'm basing this more off 1v1 situational stuff. But Caterpillar, yeah, I really honestly, I mean, it obviously hurts. I'm just going to put it right there. I don't mind. Most people don't pick Caterpillar. I'll be real, because you most likely pull something that's far better. Max. We are now into Ursula. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the final from the base game. Pretty dope. We got 2 Maxes. If Max is played to Ursula's location, you may move Ursula to any location. Yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of step back. You can kind of control where she doesn't go her next turn, you know. You may move a hero to any location. I'm gonna go don't mind, to be honest. I'm trying to remember like what heroes. Okay, sorry. Scuttle. When Scuttle is played, you may choose an item. Okay. Really quick, let's see what items we got. Hero, 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 item. Okay. I'm gonna pop Scuttle, and I don't mind. It looks like there's not a lot of items in her Fate deck, so the probability of there actually being like a legit one in the discard is pretty few. So I'm gonna don't mind if he comes out. Sebastian, quite a big difference in text and abilities. I'm pretty sure the beefier one. I imagine they're just putting all of the original, yeah, on the left side, and then the updated one on the right side. I probably should just, yeah. You may choose a binding contract that is attached to a hero at an unlocked location and attach it to Sebastian instead. Interesting. That to me could be danger. Because I honestly I like the binding contract thing. I think it's kind of cool. Like it's interesting. But I don't use it a lot on heroes. Like I use it on specific ones. I'm not probably going to use it on Flounder, Grimsy. I feel like it's kind of a waste. So having that go to one of those or to Sebastian is kind of annoying. Villain item cards cannot be moved to Sebastian's location. That's actually pretty brutal as well, because that kind of stops. Yeah, I'm gonna pop that in danger too, because that eliminates your objective. So you do have to get rid of Sebastian. I actually like Sebastian in these because I like this. I like the updated Sebastian a little bit more because it forces you to defeat, or I should say, vanquish Sebastian. You literally can't move. I mean, the whole objective is to move in the items, and if you can't move them, then you gotta get rid of them. So you're wasting a binding contract, wasting time moving Sebastian. That's I'm gonna pop a detrimental, guys. Whoa, call me crazy. Detrimental. I just that's a I'm like going through it through my head, and that's a huge setback. Yeah, that's a pretty big setback. I do think I actually have more detrimentals than when I first did it on my iPad, which is I like. Yeah, pretty cool. Ariel. Oh gosh. Okay. When Ariel is played, you may move an unattached item from an unlocked location to her location. Okay. Ursula cannot perform. Okay, let me just. When Ariel is played, you may move an unattached item from an unlocked location to her location until her is defeated. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's not detrimental. I want to put a detrimental because it actually sounds like a lot. Oh man, do I add another detrimental, guys? Holy cow! Let's see what the other one says. What a setback, though. Like you gotta pay to have the binding contract. And then you gotta find a way to. I'm sorry. Screw it. Going with my gut. Detrimental. Back to back detrimental aerials. I'm doing it. I'm like going through it with my head. And I know I've played Ursula tons of times. I'm just like never like based it. And I'm trying to compare it to the other detrimental cards. Like to me, that is stronger than King Stefan. Um, probably even stronger than Sebastian. Actually, stronger than Little John. Yeah, I'm gonna put a detrimental. Sticking. When Eric is played, you may move a hero to any unlocked location. A little bit of a setback. I'm just gonna pop him again. Situational, depending on what hero you have out. When Eric is played, You may move an ally to any location. I'm going to do the same thing. So one moves a hero, one moves an ally. Interesting. Also, this one is Tanner, is more tan than this one. Interesting. Don't know if that's how it actually is. Flounder. When Flounder is played, you may shuffle Ursula's discard pile into the deck. Yeah, I'm going to pop you in. I mean, it obviously does hurt, but I'm going to put it doesn't hurt. I just don't. Okay, it's played. You may shuffle Ursula's. I'm sorry. I just feel like you're not going to pick Flounder. From what we've just discussed, like down here, Ariel, Sebastian. I even know like this one, Return to Form is sucks. King Triton. You're not going to pick Flounder. I'm sorry. You may move the lock token to either. Yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of a setback. Sometimes you need that moved, and it's like a freebie, and you're like, oh gosh, thank you for playing that. When Grimsby is played, you may place a binding contract in the discard pile. Situational, and a little bit of a setback to me. Could be danger. I do think the updated is a better effect. I do think that is a better effect, because if you do have a binding contract for like King Triton, Ariel, and it gets rid of it, then you're really screwed. I don't know. I'm gonna. Is he danger? No, I'm leaving him. I'm leaving him. The cost to play a binding contract or effect that targets King Triton is increased by 1 power. Yeah, so that to me doesn't. It's a little bit of a setback. Now, I do want to check. Did I actually? I feel like I actually did. I did. Interesting. I put the updated King Triton. It's not this one. This one down here. I put it detrimental, and I think it is. I think it is because there's so much that could go on. Ariel could come out and you're focused on her. Sebastian could come out and you're focused on him. Having those move to his location, yeah, detrimental. King Triton, the updated King Triton is ruthless, as he should be. This one up here, kind of dog water if I'm being completely honest. Kind of dog water. Now this is where it sucks. Return to form. I am going to put danger because for some random reason I finished vanquishing Ariel. I'm back on track. I'm gonna win. Next turn, return to form comes out. Ariel pops back out, and I just want to quit. And yeah, Dinglehopper. When Dinglehopper is played, attach it to a hero. Each time they move, loses a power. Again, I just don't think you're really gonna pick this card. I'm honestly doesn't hurt me. I really don't care if that card comes out. Snarf Black, attached to a hero. The cost to play a binding contract is increased by 3. Holy. When Snarfblight is played, attach it to a hero with a strength of 4 or less. Ursula must defeat heroes. See, that's more of like a. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one danger with with the potential combo it actually has. This one, it's pretty brutal. I'm gonna put a little bit of a setback though. We are now done with the base game and All Things Wicked expansion. Is that really what it's called? All Things Wicked? Because now I'm thinking about it, isn't that like the Evil Queen expansion? One moment. Let's figure this out. It's gonna bug me. Well, that's funny. Yeah, I've been saying it wrong this entire video. It's Introduction to Evil. Pretty sure All Things Wicked. Yeah, that's hilarious. That's actually funny as heck. That tells you right there I've never played it because I'm saying the wrong expansion. I do apologize, guys. But Louis must move to his location. Oh, whoa. If he moves to his location, must reveal his hand to an opponent. That opponent chooses and puts in the fortune pile. Yeah, this could be danger. The danger is a little bit of a setback. I'm gonna go a little bit of a setback. Sumi. I do think this one is danger. When you reveal the cards will tell, only reveal 2 cards, so it's a lot more risky. Yeah, that one's danger. Naveen, you may move a hero to an adjacent. Okay, I'll go a little bit of a setback. If Ray is revealed, both. Yeah, that's always kind of busted in my eyes. Obviously he's nothing. Like he's got 1 strength. You probably won't even take the time to vanquish him. It is putting a body out, which is blocking locations, and then it is playing another card. So it's pretty brutal. Tiana, my mouse is. All cards are cost by 1 power, or all cards costs are increased by 1 power. Yeah, I'll do a little bit of a setback. Choose an ally in Dr. Facilier's realm. Put that element into the fortune pile. Yeah, that's kind of. I just put it in danger, or is it just like gone? Oh, it's right there. Wonderful. I'm gonna do a little bit of a setback. Could be dangerous. This mouse is like really wigging me out. Big Daddy buff I did put in detrimental. Let me reread it. When it's played, you may choose a card from the fortune pile and return it to the top of the deck. Yeah, I think that's about as detrimental as you're going to get for Dr. Facilier, and that is quite a big setback because that could literally be Rule New Orleans, put it back on top. Yeah, I think that's pretty big. Charlotte is played. You may look at the top 2 cards of and put any of them. Yeah, that's danger. Let's see. Return them to the top of the deck. Never mind. I thought it was fake deck or fortune pile. I'm okay. I know she kind of controls where things go, but I'm okay. I don't mind if that comes out. Dora, when she's defeated, choose an opponent. That opponent reveals and plays the top card. I'm going to do a little bit of a setback. A little bit of a setback, borderline dangerous. It obviously depends on what the card is. The effect is pretty good. But yeah. Juju. When Juju is played, you may choose an item at his location and put it in the fortune pile. That could be actually huge, especially if it's like the cane or whatever. Look at the top 3 cards. Yeah, this one's a good one. This is definitely dangerous. You're just adding. Anytime you can just freely add to the fortune pile, especially potentially 3 cards, that is pretty bad. Alrighty, we are getting into one of my favorite villains now. That's the Evil Queen. Evil Queen. As we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah. Sleepy. Sleepy is revealed. During a fate action, you may play both cards revealed. I mean, we just did it with Ray. Let's do it with Sleepy, and Sleepy is just a little bit beefier too. So we gotta do it. When Sneezy is played, you may discard 1 item from his location. Could be really, really brutal. Again, kind of situational. But if it's Magic Mirror or something like that, yeah, you're gonna. I'd say he's danger, borderline, a little bit of a setback. Snow White again, just not applicable. Um, she has like a really good effect. She gets beefed out pretty quickly. But I just feel like you need her to win. So yeah, nothing more to say. When Wishing Well is played, attach it to a hero. Each time Evil Queen moves to that location, immediately loses 1 poison. Yeah, let's put it in a little bit of a setback. Losing poison does suck. When Doc is played, Evil Queen must defeat Doc before defeating other. I'm going to poop. Obviously, a little bit of a setback because it literally is. All other heroes in Evil Queen's realm get +1 strength. I'm super, super sorry, Dopey, but I don't care if you come out. Not saying you're nothing, like you don't hurt. Or does Dopey hurt? Or does... Yeah, I'll put him in Don't Mind. Grumpy gets +1 strength if there are no other heroes. Not gonna lie. Fine, I'll put him here. I was gonna full on put him Don't Hurt, but Happy. When Happy is played, Evil Queen loses poison equal. Yeah, this one's a little bit tougher. This one's pretty dangerous. Stupid Happy. Makes me sad. Evil Queen loses 1 poison. Choose a hero from Evil Queen's Fate deck to scarp out and put it on top of the Fate. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of a setback. Again, situational who that one hero could be, you know. Big X is played, attached to the hero, gains 2 strength. I don't mind, to be honest. Woodland Creatures. Must reveal her hand, choose a card from her hand to discard. Yeah, a little bit of a setback. Sometimes you hoard cards in this deck specifically. You hoard cards until the opportune moment. So if that gets discarded, you're like, well, okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Bashful. He's pretty tough, isn't he? Evil Queen must pay 1 power to perform the brew action. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of a setback because I mean, you're obviously using power to brew, and if you're just wasting an additional one, then that kind of sucks. So, we're on to Hercules. We're not on to Hercules. We're on to Hades. I love my life. All right. He has some interesting fate cards, and they're pretty brutal. Where did I get to? Did I get to Mother Gothel? I got to Pete, didn't I? I think I stopped at Gaston. Interesting. Okay, Phil. Phil and Hercules get +1 strength. Yeah. I'm going to put Don't Hurt, to be honest. Doesn't hurt. Situational. You're not ever going to pick Phil either. Like, there's some pretty crazy cards in this Fate deck. You're not going to pick Phil. I promise you're not going to pick Phil. Even if Hercules is out, like probably the option is probably better with the other card. Like, they'll just no. The Titan moves to Zeus's location. The Titan is immediately trapped before the Titan's ability to trigger. Yeah, that's dangerous. Not detrimental, but dangerous. Hera. When Hera is played or moved, you may choose a Titan at her new location. That Titan is trapped. Dangerous. Yeah. Hercules. Titans cannot be moved from Hercules' location. Is this detrimental? Is the question. Because he is strong. Cannot be moved. I'm going to pop him dangerous. Crimea River. Yeah. I'm going to put him dangerous. There is one that I did put detrimental. So we'll see if I come to that assumption again. Sometimes my brain is weird. When Hermes is played, if Zeus is in Hermes, stop. You may move Zeus to any location. Otherwise, find Zeus. Yeah, Hermes is kind of dangerous. Zeus, yeah. Megara, Meg, is played. You may move a hero from her location to any location. Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit of a setback. I mean, obviously, it could be bad if it's like Zeus or something like that. Situational. Situational. Pegasus is played. Move an untrapped Titan. A little bit of a setback. Go the distance. Either move an untrapped Titan up to the 2 locations away, or move a hero to any location. Yeah, this can be danger. Yeah, so you're not picking Phil, guys. You're not picking Phil. Choose a location in Hades' realm. All Titans at the location are trapped. This is the one that I popped in detrimental, and I think I'm actually going to stick with it because more often than not, I feel like there is a time where there are two Titans at a location and they're trapped now together because of lightning bolt. Yeah, I like my original thought. Medallion. When Medallion is played attached to here, yeah, I don't care. I feel like everyone has a card like this, and I don't mind if it comes out. No, pickaxe right next to it. Same thing, basically. Actually. Word for word. Except pickaxe medallion. See? Every fate deck has it. The gospel truth. Discard an item or ally from Hades' realm. Um, yeah, if it's Chariot, that sucks. I'm gonna put danger, honestly, for that reason. Because Chariot really, if you have Chariot on the board, the game can go so quickly with Chariot. So to have Chariot be eliminated sucks. And you're back to like, oh, that sucks. But that is all of Hades. We are now in to Radigan. So we're going to start with the Mouse Queen. Radigan cannot win. Okay. He cannot win with Robot Queen at Buckingham Palace. Similar to Mickey Mouse, like Mickey Mouse literally cannot complete goals, so I put Mickey Mouse in detrimental, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Kind of has the same effect, but then does it? Where do we put this? Hmm. Sorry, brain froze for a second. I'm gonna pop a danger. I'm sorry. I think it's a lot harder to win with the Robot Queen. As soon as Basil comes out, I think it's a lot easier to win, where it's just defeat Basil. So I'm gonna stick with that. Toby, you may move a hero to any location. He has 6 strength. I'm gonna do a little bit of a setback. Situational. Dawson. Dawson gets +2 strength if Basil is. I'm gonna put. Don't mind at all. Don't mind. Flaversham. If Flaversham is at the secret lair, the cost to play the Robot Queen is reduced by 3 power. Sounds great to me. Doesn't hurt. And in the slightest. And I know, let's see, what is it? Never mind. Okay. Whatever. When makeshift balloon is played attached to a hero, that hero gets +2 strength, and you may immediately move that hero to any location. I'm going to do a little bit of a setback. Situational works really good with Basil. But again, situational. This is Judson. When this Judson is played, Radigan loses up to 2 power. I'll do a little bit of a setback just because power is a little bit harder to get for Radigan. But Olivia. When Olivia is defeated, choose an opponent. That opponent reveals and plays the top card of your Fate deck. I'm actually going to put her and don't mind if she comes out because I'm actually not focused on vanquishing her. She's super easy to vanquish, so therefore I'm not focusing on it. I'm focusing on more other things, you know? So, call for help. All right, this is where it gets kind of scary. If Basil is in Radigan's realm, you may move him to any location. Otherwise, find and play Basil. Well, let's read what Basil do, shall we? When Basil is played or moved, you may discard one item from his location. So I'm actually going to put him in danger. Do I put Basil? I'm actually going to put Basil. He's like borderline non-applicable because you have the potential of having that be your objective, but I am going to put him danger because even if your objective is to defeat Basil, if he is getting moved and knocking out items, that kind of sucks. So he might be one of the only exceptions where your objective you have to have him out, but I'm actually going to rank him. Sabotage. Discard an item with a cost 3 or less from a location in Radigan's realm that has a hero. Very situational. I'm going to put. I don't mind. I don't think it's going to come out, to be honest. Queen's Guards can only be played to Buckingham Palace. I don't care. Bring them out. Bring out all the Queen's Guards you got. Bless you. Thank you. Okay. We're on to Scar. I feel like most people love, in terms of Disney, Villainous aside, just Disney. Most people think Scar is a wonderful villain, and I absolutely agree. Scar is probably one of my favorite villains in Disney history. In terms of villainous history, he is absolute dog water. It is so hard to win with him, and there are some cards in here that are absolutely they slow the game down so much. If you're good at Scar, you're a phenomenal person. Um, I love playing as Scar because I think his deck is really fun. Just loading the board up with a massive army of hyenas and just attacking and killing all these animals. That sounded terrible as I said it. But you get the picture. That's what you do. That's your literal objective is to kill the king, kill Mufasa, and then build a stinking succession pile by killing or vanquishing multiple heroes. It's pretty cool. They really made him a true villain in this game. Timon gets +2, but back on it, there's some pretty brutal cards in here. We'll get to them. Timon gets +2 if Pumbaa is, yeah, I don't care about Timon or Pumbaa. Any cards like that, any effects like that, like if so and so is here, this person gets that person or that much, are very very not good cards. Like, I mean, if anything, I want this card to come out because he's a free, he's not free, but he's an easy vanquish, which adds to the succession pile. If you guys don't know how Scar operates, you have to have a succession pile of 15 strength or more. And what that means is when you vanquish someone, their strength gets added to the succession pile. So 15 is where you need to get. Here's the catch. To start the succession pile, Mufasa has to be the first one to be vanquished. So let's say start of the game, Timon comes out. You vanquish Timon, great. You just put him into the discard pile. He doesn't go to your to your succession pile. So you have to wait for Mufasa to come out. That's already one of Scar's downfalls and flaws, in my personal opinion. It makes thematic sense. Like, you don't want to start by. It doesn't make sense to start by killing Simba. It makes canonical sense. So there are some cards in here. Oh, all other heroes at Zazu's location get +2. All the heroes at other locations get +1. Oh my goodness. See, my mouse is really wigging out. Zazu, yeah, a little bit of a setback. Pumbaa, same thing about Timon. Okay, the mouse is really. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's gonna go right next to Timon. Rafiki. Scar must defeat Rafiki before defeating other heroes. This is a perfect example. Just, I am going to put a little bit of a setback because more often than not, Like, how often is it you're going to have Rafiki and Mufasa out at the same time? You're going for Mufasa, then Rafiki comes out, and you're screwed. I mean, if that does, then that sucks. Flat out sucks. Then we have Rafiki's stick. I hate Rafiki's stick. Rafiki's stick is attached to a hero. That hero, instead of so if you're to vanquish that hero, instead of it being vanquished, you basically are vanquishing Rafiki's stick first. So basically, I had this attached to Mufasa one time, and I hated my life. Hated it, absolutely hated it. Which means I needed to defeat Mufasa twice, and that was just to me in this specific deck. It doesn't matter who this is actually going on. It's detrimental. No, it's danger. That's not get it twisted. Sarabi, when she's played, you may discard a hyena from her location. That's pretty good. I'm going to say a little bit of a setback. It is quite easy to get hyenas out, but it is still a little bit of a setback because you want strength. Hyenas cannot have a strength of more than 2. This is dangerous, in my opinion. So you kind of want to get rid of Simba as quick as you can if he comes out. It sucks if Simba and Mufasa are both out because Simba makes it so that you need at least 3 allies, most likely, to get rid of Mufasa, and that sucks. Okay, this is the worst card. I hate this card. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm not even talking about it. We're going to detrimental. It is going to detrimental. So this card is either choose a hero with a strength of 3 or less from the succession pile and play that hero, or move a hero to any location. Either way, it's a busted effect. And there's 3 stinking copies in the stupid Fate deck. And recycling through these like candy. Just it's so bad. It's so hard. To me, this is the single card that makes it excruciatingly hard to win a Scar. Because your opponent can just keep recycling through your succession pile, and you can keep adding to it, but they just keep pulling out from it. And you just cannot build it reliably because they keep pulling from the succession pile. And it's just terrible. I hate it. I feel like most people hate it. It's a terrible card. And yeah, it's just bad. Prophecy. When it's played, attach it to hero. With that, okay. Gets +3 strength. I'm actually going to put a little bit of a setback. The others I've been putting up here. But where are we going? Mufasa. I'm going to pop Mufasa right over here to non-applicable. Because one, he doesn't actually have an effect. It's literally just telling you, like, once he's defeated, now you can officially start your succession pile. So if that was the case, I'd move him up to, does not hurt. Like, his effect doesn't hurt. So it's not really an effect, it's more of like a guideline. You need him to come out if you want to win. Nala, you may move a hero to any location. It makes me want to go back and actually play Scar again, just like Halon. Which sucks because his deck is really, again, it's really, really fun to use. It's a fun pilot deck, but it's hard, and it's very, very, very frustrating, to say the least. Oh, okay. GG's. That's on the run. Yep, detrimental. This might be. I told you I wasn't gonna rank in each tier. No, I'm putting this front. I'm putting this in front. This might be the single most busted card in the game. And prove me wrong, and I might prove myself wrong, reading more of the Fate cards. This is the single reason I will not play Yzma. I hate Yzma. I'm sorry. I do not like playing Yzma. I think she's very boring. And when this card comes out, I literally am like, okay, you win. It's so bad. So choose a hero in Yzma's realm, shuffle that hero and all Yzma's Fate decks, and then deal them out in 4 piles again. So if you guys are not familiar with Yzma, instead of having a Fate deck, you have 4 Fate piles. And Cusco is shuffled, so you shuffle your Fate deck, and then you deal them out in 4 piles. So Cusco is in one of those piles. Yzma's objective is to find Cusco and to vanquish him with Kronk. And there's cards that let you search through the Fate piles. Okay, cool. I know Cusco's not in that one. Great. Next one, cool. I know Cusco's not in this one. Great. He's got to be in one of these two. He's got to be. This card comes out, shuffle all of them again, and deal them out again. So now you're starting from scratch. Or better yet, Cusco's already on your board. And then this comes out, you take Cusco from your board, put him back in the piles, shuffle, deal out. It's a total restart. Like literally, it's not just a setback, it is a total restart. I hate it. Some people, I think most people actually love playing Yzma because you can also win that. Because if this card doesn't come out, and you find Cusco turn 1, and it's different. I still think she's super boring to play. Play against, play as, doesn't really matter. I find her very boring, and I just do not like playing her. Pacha! You may shuffle 2 of Yzma's decks together. Deal them. Yes, this is another dangerous card. Anytime you're shuffling decks, especially if you don't know where Cusco is. Like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Most of you guys who played Yzma, you guys know what we're talking about. Tipo, you cannot defeat other heroes if Tipo or Chaka is in your realm. I'm going to do a little bit of setback. He is kind of beefy for a little guy. What is it? Little guy or girl? I actually don't know. In this picture, I have not seen Emperor's New Groove in a long time, so I need to rewatch it. Maybe that's all I need to do. Rewatch it, and I'm like, okay, now let me try Yzma again. I don't know, but I just know I don't really care for Yzma. Wrong lever. I do know that part. You must immediately play it. Yzma loses half her power rounded up. I'm actually going to pop it in danger just because it's kind of tricky to get power in Yzma's realm. Nah, it's a little bit of setback. When I think of danger, I think of strong cards, and it is a strong card. It's got a nice effect, but it's not groundbreaking in my personal opinion. Bucky cannot be used to defeat. Oh, Kronk cannot be used to defeat Bucky. Great. I probably wasn't even going to use Kronk to defeat him. Doesn't hurt. Chaka, yeah, same effect. So I'll put him in a little bit of a setback. Put him right here with Tipo, I think. Yep, right there. Chicha. If Yzma moves to Chicha's location, she immediately loses 2 power. A little bit of setback. Nothing to go home about. Now Cusco. Cusco is he's gonna be non-applicable. He does actually have an effect though. If he's ever discarded, shuffle him and all Yzma's fade decks together. So it's like another on the run. So you don't want him getting discarded. You do not want Cusco getting discarded. Peasant. Peasant is played. You may choose a hero from Yzma's fate discard pile. Shuffle that hero into one of the decks. A little bit of a setback. It's most likely not going to be Cusco. Well, it can't because if he's discarded. Yeah, we're good. In that regard, I'm actually going to do this. Don't mind. The faith of righteousness, the path of righteousness. If Cusco is in Yzma's realm, gain 2 power. Oh, place 2 power on Kronk. Otherwise, place 1 power. So, again, I imagine most of you guys have played or like know about Villainous has been out for what is it? Almost 10 years. Was it 2016? It's been out for a while. Maybe not 2016. I don't know. It's been out for a while. Most people have played. If not, Kronk gets. And anytime he moves, and correct me if I'm wrong, anytime he moves, you place a power on him. And anytime he has 3 powers, he gets discarded. Is that correct? Oh no, he turns. That's right. He becomes a hero. So he's working against you, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is just trying to pull him towards the light, basically. So we're gonna pop that. It's dangerous. It can definitely pull him towards the light. I actually never had him be pulled towards the light. I don't move Kronk, but that's just me. So beware the groove. Choose a hero from Yzma's fate discard pile. Shuffle that hero and up to 2 of Yzma's decks. Yeah. Also, this is a little bit of a setback. Okay. Looks like we are at Cruella de Vil. I personally love playing as Cruella. She's not an insane like villain to like win with. She's not going to win you a crap ton of games, but she's fun. It's fun, searching for the puppies, finding the little puppies. But here we go. So, puppy tokens cannot be captured this location. That is danger. You're going to want to get rid of her. And there's not a lot of allies to do so. It's an interesting deck. There's not a lot of strong allies that you're willing to lose. Most of the allies have effects that help you search and or capture puppies. So losing those allies to vanquish is not ideal. So that's why it's danger to me. Flew the Coop. Choose one captured puppy token and return it to the supply face up. Yeah, let's... One captured, yeah. Is this detrimental? Let me just slide over just a second. Sorry. One captured puppy and return it to... Nah, we'll pop in danger. It might be detrimental, to be honest. But I don't know. Sergeant Tibbs. Sergeant Tibbs is played. You may move up to 2 puppy tokens to his location. I'm going to put a little bit of a setback because, I mean, it is. As soon as puppy tokens come on the board, you're like planning and strategizing ways to get them. So if they're moving from location, that kind of sucks. Anita and Roger, when a puppy token from the supply would be added to this location, return it. Okay. Interesting effect. A little bit of a setback. Let's pop it there. Yeah. Captain. When Captain is played, you may move an ally from his location to an adjacent location. Sorry, my brain like froze for a second. When he's played, you may move an ally from his location. Okay. I'm okay if he comes out. If I'm being honest. We've got Colonel. When Colonel is played, you may move a hero to any location. There's a lot of moving heroes and allies. I didn't like really realize that until I started doing this tier list, which I guess is a little bit of a setback. Most of them have like moving effects, so it's kind of Nanny. The cost to activate allies. This it's not quite danger, but it can be pretty brutal. That's a little bit of a setback. Perdita, you may choose one captured puppy and add it to her location. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, pop her in danger. Anytime you're taking from puppies you've already captured, really sucks. Just put her in danger. Discard an item. Yeah, this is bad. I hate when this happens. Twilight Bark. Choose and play a hero. I don't think people are going to be playing this card, to be honest. We're Labradors. Remove up to 2 puppy tokens from one location and return them to the supply. Yeah, it's a little bit of a setback. We're getting more into the little bit of a setbacks because I don't know, this specific I feel like this expansion wasn't as powerful. Cruella, you got Mother Gothel. Who else did we just have? Was it Scar? I felt like Scar was part of something else. Ulf. Okay. Allies may not be moved from Ulf's location. We are now in the Mother Gothel, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I know these are, but yeah. May not be moved from Ulf's location. Okay. I don't mind, to be honest. Pascal? When Rapunzel moves to Pascal's location, move her one location towards Corona. This... little bit of a setback. You guys ever played Mother Gothel? I just don't enjoy it. I don't know. Tangled movie's awesome. Characters are awesome. It's just something about Mother Gothel's character and Villainous. I'm just like, nah. You do not do it for me, lady. Okay. King and Queen. They're played to Rapunzel's location. Mother Gothel loses one trust. A little bit of a setback. Rapunzel, she's going to be non applicable, but I'll just read her just so you guys understand. Let's see. I won't read her. You guys know. Shorty. If Shorty is played to Mother Gothel's location, you may move Mother Gothel to any location. Um, I honestly don't mind. And I know, like, yeah, it doesn't bother me. We've got floating lights. Move Rapunzel to Corona. Yeah, this sucks. So let me just. Is it that you lose one trust? Is that what it is when she's moved to Corona? Do I put it detrimental? I feel like all of her fade deck is just detrimental because all of it is just taking trust, and it's so hard to build the trust that it's just not fun. I'm gonna put it in danger. Um, Flynn Rider. Yeah, she loses two trust. When Flynn Rider is defeated, Mother Gothel gains two trust. It's kind of like the Cheshire Cat, where you unconvert two, it's defeated, you convert back. Danger for sure. Was debating detrimental, but I forgot about the you do gain two trust if you do vanquish him. So frying pan. Frying pan is played. Attach it to a hero. That hero gets +1 strength. All the way up here. Doesn't hurt because it's not going to come out. I promise you. It's not going to come out. Hook hand. When hook hand is played, Mother Gothel discards a random card from her hand. Random card? I'll do a little bit of setback then. Okay. Maximus. When Maximus is played, you may move a royal rider at his location to any. I'm going to pop. I don't really care if he comes out, and I know, like theoretically, it would damage you, but like, just trying to like think of the times that these characters come out. I'm just like, Mother Goth loses one trust. Yep, danger. It's so bad, people. It's so bad. Discard an ally or item with cost 2 or less. Now, I don't know. I do want to look this up because to me this is actually potentially groundbreaking. Mother Gothel. Yes. So there's a card in Mother Gothel's deck called Hairbrush. I just wanted to see the cost of it. Hairbrush, you need out. You need Hairbrush out if you want to even have a sliver of a chance of winning with Mother Gothel. It's almost every turn you can potentially gain trust, which is huge. Every turn gaining a trust just from one card that you don't play, it's just an effect, is massive in this deck. This can take that away. So to me, I'm actually gonna pop it in detrimental because if it actually manages to get rid of Hairbrush, that I would say is game over. I'm yet to see, and prove me wrong. Please, message chat if you guys um, have this happen. Let me know. I'm yet to see anyone win without using Hairbrush. So yeah, prove me wrong, please. All right, now we're getting into one of the fun characters. Pete. He is one of the funnest characters in Villainous. Oh, guys, we're almost done. I guess. Are these all updated? Yeah, because here's Shercon. Okay, so yeah, we just don't have Treacherous Tide, of course, because that's not up. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. The amount of power that Pete gets from a play a game is reduced by 1. I'm okay if it comes out, to be honest. I think I'm okay. Unless it. No, it's going to be here. Let's just pop it. Little bit of a setback. Pluto. When Pluto is played, you may move an item to Pluto's realm. Oh, from in Pete's realm to Pluto's location. Yeah, this can be a little bit of a setback, especially if you have the goal to have items, and that's just flipping it around. It's not a good one. It's pretty bad. Pete loses half the power rounded down. I call me crazy, but I don't mind if this one comes out. I feel like it's decently easy to get power, especially if you are having to play a game card, and that's pretty easy to get power from. But yeah, I don't know. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Donald Duck. Pete must defeat Donald Duck before defeating other heroes. A little bit of a setback to me. Let's see, Goofy. Okay, Goofy. So I feel fortunate enough. I've played Pete a lot. And somehow, whenever Goofy comes out, it has literally been turn 1. So it didn't do too much. And he's also come out when I only have 1 goal left. So he's irrelevant. Other than that, I kind of want to put Goofy detrimental. Like, if I'm being honest. The ability that he has mid game to completely switch everything. So what it basically is you have 4 goals. You're swapping 2 of the goals. So you're building your board according to the goals, and to have those just swapped, it's over. Mickey Mouse, I am putting detrimental only because it literally says you cannot win. Like, you actually have to defeat Mickey Mouse if you want to win. But he's not a non-applicable because he's not guaranteed to come out. It just says Pete cannot complete goals. Like, if he comes out, then you have to get rid of Mickey Mouse. And that to me is detrimental. Which it should be. It's freaking Mickey Mouse. He's literally the face of Disney. When Minnie Mouse is played, you may discard an ally or item from Pete's realm. And that could be, I'm actually going to put dangerous, because more often than not, you're going to have at least one of those objectives where you have to have a certain amount of allies or items. And that's just going to bust it. That's just going to bust it. As fun as Pete is, his fate deck is actually pretty unforgiving. It's pretty ruthless fate deck. Hide, discard a bandit. Yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of a setback. Bandits are super easy to get out, and usually when you actually play bandits, you've already dang near almost completed the objective you're looking for with bandits. So I'm not super. I'm actually going to put. I don't mind, to be honest. I feel like it's super easy to get bandits out. I think bandits are actually one of the most fun, like mechanic-wise, created cards in all of Villainous. Knocked silly. Reveal the top 5 cards of Pete's deck. Discard the. Yeah, this is bad. Discard the cards that cost 2 or more, and return the rest. I was actually going to probably put this detrimental. It is Danger, though. It's such a bad card, and you feel like crap when it actually comes out. Ugh. Like, you feel knocked silly. What a wonderful name for a wonderful effect. Yeah, that's great. Outlawed. Pete loses up to 2 power. You may reveal 1 goal. I'm going to pot. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this one actually coming out. Cool, maybe. Clarabelle Cow. When Clarabelle Cow is played, you may reveal 1 goal. Yeah. I'm personally okay with this. To me, it doesn't hurt. I'll tell you why. You could be like, "Oh my gosh, your opponent has info on you." I feel like Villainous has been around, and it. I very much encourage new players. But if you're playing competitive, I guess let's put Pete in for instance competitive play. If you're playing competitively as Pete, people are gonna know how Pete plays, and when you start building your board, people are gonna be able to tell which goals you have because you're building your board a certain way. So having a goal revealed most of the time is not going to be a shock unless it's like turn one. Then okay, cool, I know what you're doing there. Once you start to like build your board, your opponent is going to know what your goal is. It's just going to be player knowledge at that point. But so to me, it doesn't hurt. Now we are on to Gaston. I actually really enjoy playing Gaston. I think he's a really fun character. He's not super strong, but I think he can get going pretty quickly. Um, when played, you may move all heroes or fate items to new location. And this is called Mrs. Pots and Chips. All heroes. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of a setback. All heroes or fate items. All heroes. Okay. Saving my life. Replace all obstacles in a single location. That's pretty dangerous. It's very more than a setback. It's nice though. Play the other fate card that you drew. Discard the rose and pick two more. Yeah, this is I don't want to say detrimental because it's actually not detrimental, but it's a lot. I'm definitely going to put it. It might be like the strongest dangerous card because of how much it does. It does three things. So you're playing the other card, then you're discarding this and drawing two more fate cards. Play one, and then you're removing a freaking obstacle. You know what? Detrimental. I'm going to do it because no, it's detrimental. You're playing the other fate card. You're revealing two more fate cards, playing one of those. So in turns, you're playing three fate cards. I mean, I could be reading this wrong. Yeah. So you're yeah, that's busted. Yeah, because that's detrimental. I could have been reading them. Yes, play the other fate card you have drawn. Discard the rose and pick two more fate cards. Play one. Remove one obstacle. Yeah. Yeah, so you're getting technically three fate card effects. You're removing an obstacle with this one. You're playing the other fate card, and then you're drawing two more. And yeah, that's the more I read it, the more I'm like, wow, this is actually they actually created this card. Huge, huge setback. When Lumir is played, you may move a hero to a new location. Um, yeah, especially if it's like Beast. I'm gonna put a little bit of a setback, especially if it's Beast. Magic Mirror, find and play Beast. Shuffle the Fate discard pile, including Magic Mirror, back on the Fate deck. So you play Magic Mirror instead of playing Beast. And when Beast is played or moved, move an ally out of Beast's realm to another location. When Beast is vanquished, remove all obstacles from Beast's castle. I don't think he's detrimental. He's definitely dangerous. So this, I'm going to put danger as well, and I'm actually just going to tie it directly right now with Beast danger. Massaging my feet. Replace two opticals. Um, yeah, that's dangerous. Maurice. Well, Maurice is played. Sorry, I didn't realize my face is like all the way on the side. Let me see if I can fix this out. Doesn't really bother me, but okay. When Maurice is played, find and play Maurice's invention. If Maurice is defeated, remove all obstacles from Belle's house. And this one, all allies in the same location as Maurice's invention loses one string. Um, sorry, that's my dog. He's outside. Let me go grab him really fast. I will be right back. Let me just rank these guys. Well, I'll put a little bit of a setback. This guy, then, wow, this one's. I'm actually okay with this one. Okay. Oh, can't be done. He's got his other. He's got a little buddy out there that's been playing together. No obstacles can be removed while Bella's in play. To me, similar to Mickey Mouse, detrimental. Basically, she's saying you cannot win unless you defeat her. So to me, that's detrimental. We've got two detrimental from Gaston. I don't think I actually didn't think we were gonna, even though I know his fate deck is pretty. All right, I'm just gonna pause this for just a second. While I just go let my dog in really fast. But just hang in there. I'll be like a minute or so. Alrighty, welcome back. Yeah, sorry, I just had to let my dog in. Um, we just finished Maurice and his inventions, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Cogsworth, huh? Okay. All other heroes in Cogsworth location gain one strength. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay if it comes out. Replace one obstacle in each location. This is pretty dangerous. Nice little setback. I've never seen so many books. Replace an obstacle. We'll put a little bit of a setback. I don't feel like we can put it in the same tier as we just barely put It Is You, where it's literally replacing up to 4 um, or obstacles. So be our guest. Find a hero in find a hero in the Fate discard pile and play them to any location. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of a setback. Situational, depending on who you pull out, you know. And then we have the Horned King. I find the Horned King very, 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 very fun in my opinion. Guys, we're almost there. Let's see. We've got the Horned King. We've got Lady Tremaine. We've got Lotso, Syndrome, Madam Mim, um, Oogie Boogie. That was weird. Oogie Boogie, King Candy, and Shere Khan. We're getting there. So Gurgi Sacrifice. If the power of the Black Cauldron is face up, flip it over. This is, I want to say a setback, but it is kind of dangerous at the same time. It does stop you from doing, like if you got ancient soldiers out, you can't convert them. You can't. It sets you back more than I feel a little bit of a setback. Henwin. Well, Henwin is in play. The Horned King cannot play effect cards. It's already busted. When you vanquish, you can claim the Black Cauldron. I'm going to put. I'm going to do a little bit of setback. Oh, hello. A little bit of a setback, even though you can't play effect cards. I think that's almost okay. He only has 2 strength, so it's really not that hard to beat Henwin. Plus, you get to claim the Black Cauldron afterwards, which can sometimes be kind of tough to like search for those cards in your deck that let you claim it. You know, Princess Alonwin. If you guys haven't ever actually seen the Black Cauldron, it's a phenomenal movie. I highly recommend it. All other heroes in the Horn King's realm get +1 strength. Princess Alonwin's gonna be. Let's see. I'm actually gonna put her. I'm okay if she comes out. All right. Tehran gains 1 strength for each other. I'm okay. I'm okay if he pops out too. We've got the Witches of Morva. When the Witches of Morva are played, the Horned King must immediately either lose 2 power or discard 2 cards. That's pretty dangerous. It's pretty tough to get power in his deck. So I think anytime losing 2 power or discarding cards is pretty good. Ancient Soldiers cannot be played to this location. A little bit of a setback. It sounds strong, but it's got 1 strength. You can easily wipe that out pretty quickly. Yes. Fluderflam. Is this the one? Move all allies to his location. Yes. So this. Okay. I'm sorry, but this card is absolutely detrimental. This card is the reason I have 1 win under my belt with Scar. I played a game Scar versus Horn King. Fluterflum is the sole reason I have my 1 win with Scar. He had 3 Cauldron Born out and 1 Ancient Soldier. He was literally 1 turn away from winning. And then moves all of his Cauldron Born to the same location. Terrible, terrible card. Absolutely demoralizing, diminishing. I was in awe. I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually finally won with Scar. Gurgi. When Gurgi is defeated in a vanquish, shuffle him back. Okay. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. Oh no. Let's go even higher. Doesn't hurt, big boy. Gurgi does not hurt. I'm sorry. As much as I want him to. I love Gurgi. Gurgi's Happy Day. Shuffle all the discard fate back into the Horn King. Draw 2 new ones and play them both. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Let's put that in dangerous because it's super dangerous. I believe in you. The Horned King must discard his hand, then draw 3 cards from his villain deck. I'm going to put that pretty much dangerous. I mean, if there's certain cards you need, that's huge. I mean, there's what, 5 Ancient Soldiers, 5 Cauldron Born? I could be wrong. There could be 6 of each. But if you discard 2, then you have to recycle through. Like it's pretty. That's pretty intense, actually. Borderline detrimental, I would say. Search the Horn King's Fate discard and play a hero from my. Yeah, I haven't really seen too many insane heroes, so I'm okay. Except Fluterflam. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, Fluterflam. Let's go. Flirterflame, whatever your name is. Dolly. Dolly is played. You may move each hero in the Horn King's realm to another location. A little bit of a setback. Nah, I'm okay. I'm okay if it comes out. Okay. Dry Win. Dry Win is played attached to a hero. When performing a vanquish action against a hero, at least 2 allies. We've had this come up a couple times, and I feel like it's just a little bit of a setback. Yeah. We are now on to Lady Tremaine. Lady Tremaine. Yeah. Ooh, I like the different artworks for the glass slippers. Interesting. I don't know why I didn't notice that. Interesting. Okay, so we obviously got Cinderella. Cinderella is one of the few where I'm gonna rank her. Like she's obviously like a main character. She's kind of like Ariel, where she's gonna be able to be ranked. She is not gonna go under non-applicable because she is not part of the WinCon. Who is part of the WinCon? The Prince. So the Prince, I'm just gonna immediately put um, in non-applicable. Cinderella, when she is played, all effect cards cost +2. Cinderella may not be played if Ball Gown Cinderella is in play. That's okay. I'm going to put her actually in just a little bit of a setback. She's not too scary. Ball Gown Cinderella, if I'm not mistaken, is a little bit scarier. So we'll get there. Fairy Godmother is pretty scary. When she's played, find and play Ball Gown Cinderella. While Fairy Godmother is in play, only fate cards can move allies. Yeah, that's pretty. I don't think she's detrimental, but she's very, very dangerous. You definitely need to get rid of her because of that. The whole moving thing really actually sucks. Um, Gus. Oh, funny enough, the dog I just barely let in is actually named after him. We have a little golden doodle named Gus Gus, and this is literally who Gus Gus is named after. While Gus is in play, all item cards cost +2. Yeah, I'm I'm okay. I'm okay if Gus comes out. Am I okay if Jacques comes out? No, Jacques is actually cracked, if I'm not mistaken. When Jacques is played or moved, discard 1 item from his new location. Yeah, there's items that you're gonna be using in Lady Tremaine's deck, and it's just, and if he's continuously moving and just discarding them, he's trash. I mean, he's good. I just hate to have Jacques come out. Okay. Glass Slipper does not attach to a hero and must be played to the castle. Lady Tremaine cannot win the game while a Glass Slipper is in her realm. And that automatically, anytime a literally card says you cannot win, you cannot complete objective, you cannot do your goal, it's detrimental. You need to get rid of it. And Lady Tremaine's is her cane, I think, is the way to do that. Well, if Jacques comes out and gets rid of that, then you're screwed. So that's where Jacques could be detrimental. He's not, um, but he very well Jacques could be detrimental. But yeah, it's Ball Gown Cinderella. I might need to actually increase this. This is a lot of text on her card right now. Sorry. Discard Cinderella to play Ball Gown Cinderella. While Ball Gown Cinderella is in play, no allies may enter the ballroom. This is huge. Um, this card cannot be trapped. When Ball Gown Cinderella is defeated, find and play both glass Slippers. I don't think there's really much more to say. Ball gown Cinderella. Yeah, she's bad. She's bad news. I actually really enjoy playing Lady Tremaine. It's really fun to like take Drizella and Anastasia, dress them into ball gowns, and have them. I don't know. I find Lady Tremaine quite fun. I find her very quite fun. More fun than I anticipated. You know. So Bruno. When Bruno is in play or move Lucifer to his location. Okay. I'm trying to remember what Lucifer did. Oh, he's definitely not dangerous. I'm gonna put him under a little bit of a setback. What? When Bruno is played or move Lucifer to his location. I gotta Google what Lucifer does again. Let me see one sec. Lady. I'm trying to remember what Lucifer did. Place a trap token on a hero in Lucifer's location. Yeah, I'm actually gonna. I don't feel like he hurts, to be honest. Okay. Why is my mouse dying? Okay. Sweet Nightingale. Move an ally to any location. Um, yeah, that could. That's pretty dangerous, actually, in my opinion, because you've got the Anastasia or Drizella that you're trying to move to the ball gown, and you can then move them away. Bibby Bobby Boo. Remove a trap token from any hero, then move that hero to a new location. Yeah, that's a little bit of a setback, I think. Let's see. Discard an ally from Lotso's location. Oh, look, we're in Lotso. Wonderful. Um, okay, we're getting there, people. We are getting there. See, this is going on for 2 hours. That's kind of what I figured. Okay, nice. Discard an ally from Lotso's location. A little bit of a setback depending on who it gets to. That's Rex. When performing a vanquish action, Rex cannot be targeted. If there are more heroes at his location, Rex cannot lose strength. These are interesting because we need them all out on the board, but they have some pretty nasty effects. So I'm actually going to put a little bit of a setback. We obviously need all of the toys out. We need Rex, Ham, Woody, Jesse, I believe is the four. Buzz is an interesting one because he's on our side at the same time. Here we go. So we got when Woody is played, you can move all heroes in the Caterpillar room. Yeah, he's. I, I feel like is Woody detrimental? Is where I'm trying to get at. I feel like he is. Sometimes you got to work hard to get him in there, and then to have him just go out. There'll be one more. I do know for a fact there'll be at least one more. No, I think it's just one more detrimental card. Buzz Lightyear. Neither Buzz Lightyear nor any other hero in this location can be targeted by Vanquish. He's tricky because he is also non-applicable because he can also be on your team. He can be on your side. Let's see. Where'd you go? There you are. But I'm actually going to put him in danger. I'm just going to put him in danger. And he's looking for all heroes with 1 or more strength. That's 2 are not affected. It's a little bit of a setback. Daisy's Locket is played. Discard Big Baby. Shuffle Lotso's Fate. I'm actually be okay if it comes out. Big Baby is good to have out. Like, so having Big Baby being discarded kind of sucks, but there's only one Big Baby in your deck. So drawing it and having these correspond at the same time is actually a lot more rare than you might think. Like this doesn't synergize with the Big Baby very much because it's hard to pull a Big Baby out. When performing a Vanquish action to defeat Ham, at least 2 allies. Yeah, a little bit of a setback again. It's a little bit of a setback. Ones are just not quite where it's at. No. Jessie, when Jessie is played, you may discard an ally from lots of locations. She's a little bit more dangerous. We'll pop her in danger, I guess. Choose a hero with reduced. Okay, so Bonnie's Toys, I'm going to put in danger. It's very similar to the Claw, but I'll just tell you right now, the Claw is the other detrimental. Oh, nope. Yeah. I'm just going to slap the Claw in detrimental. It's an absolute groundbreaking card. Basically, choose a hero with 0 strength in Lotso's realm, discard that hero, remove all strength tokens, and put it in the discard pile. Shuffle, and then shuffle. Shuffle them back in. So, yeah, that's detrimental for sure. Move a hero in the caterpillar room to any location. That's pretty dangerous, I'd say. Just more setbacks, but I think it's a little bit stronger than just a regular setback. If I'm being perfectly honest. Spanish mode, you're literally just flipping Buzz. Why is there 2 copies? That's where I'm like trying to. Let's see. Setback. Got Bird Arthur now, which means we're in Madam Mim. We're cruising for a bruising. Madam Mims is interesting. All of these, we'll just do it right now. We're actually going to add Walrus Merlin to non-applicable. We're going to add Crab Merlin non-applicable. Goat Merlin non-applicable. Mouse Merlin not applicable. Rabbit Merlin not applicable. Turtle Merlin not applicable. And then Caterpillar Merlin. So the reason these are not applicable is because these are crucial to the winning. Like you have to have them out in order to win. But also they don't have effects. They literally just say who they can be vanquished by. So if we were ranking them on effect alone, doesn't hurt. All 7 of them. I would put doesn't hurt. But that's not the case. But, yeah, so they're not applicable. His fate deck is very small. I believe he has 8 cards, maybe 7 cards, along with 7 of the Merlin transformations as well. So everyone else has like a 15 card fate deck. I believe he has an 8. I think it's 8 card fate deck. Madam M discards her hand and draws 2 cards. This is pretty dangerous. Germ Merlin, discard 1 of Merlin's transformations from her realm. I'm going to actually say a little bit of a setback. Can be huge, though. Nah, it's dangerous. Let's not. Because more often than not, when you have a Merlin transformation on the board, means you're going to be using it here pretty soon. Let's be real. So if it gets Merlin, however, um, randomly choose one card from the Merlin transformation pile and put it back into the Merlin. Yeah, I'm actually going to put this in detrimental. I feel like Merlin's one of the cards that could actually officially like stop a game. Not it's not he's not detrimental in the sense of I feel like some of these are like way more like glass slippers. Is detrimental. This is if this card comes out, you are for sure stopping. You are stopping for a while. You're getting stopped in your pursuit, which is to me detrimental. This I'm actually going to put this. There's very few locations that the transformations can go where they actually hurt. I'm actually going to put doesn't hurt to be honest, and there's like 4 of them in there, so it doesn't hurt to be honest. There's very few locations that you can strategically go that actually are a setback. Archimedes, holy cow, this is honking text. My goodness. Draw Merlin transformation and play it to the same location of another. Oh, I see. So you're switching out. Okay. Yeah, this is I'll say danger. You're setting back pretty good. Okay. Violet. If Syndrome's remote is in play, attach it. That's right. When Violet is played, so all of the superheroes except for Jack Jack have the effect if Syndrome's remote is in play, attach it to them. We're in Syndrome now. We are in honestly my favorite character to play, also my favorite character in the Disney Pixar universe. I love Syndrome. But I've played him multiple times. I feel like I'm very well versed, and I feel like I can actually pilot Syndrome very, very well. I could see how most people can't. There's a lot of strategy that goes involved with the major modifications and stuff like that, especially between these two cards, like when to play these two cards. We'll get to that. So she is when she is played, discard all 0 point energies from Syndrome's realm. I'm actually okay if she comes out. To be honest, I usually don't play 0 point energies. I feel like they're kind of a waste of a card. Um, it's so easy to get allies out. I just don't feel like major modification or 0 point gravity, 0 point energy is super worth it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Jack Jack's pretty cracked. Basically, when he's played, he gains strength equal to another hero at his location. So if you play him with Mr. Incredible, he actually goes from 1 strength to 6. You play him with Dash, he goes from 1 to 2. He's literally just a copycat wherever he goes. I'm going to say a little bit of a setback. I don't want to say he's really dangerous. He really doesn't have an effect that is like a deadly effect, you know? Mr. Incredible, he gets +1 for each other hero at his location. I'm going to say a little bit of a setback. Very, very fitting effect for Mr. Incredible as he's like a beefcake, you know? But a very underwhelming effect at the same time. Most times, heroes are not together. The way I've found it, most heroes are scattered around the board. So his effect is kind of null and void, but I could be wrong. Just the most times I've played him, it doesn't. Yeah. All right, we're getting to monologuing, and that was totally wicked. I'll talk about him, but I'll just say detrimental, detrimental. These are the two hardest cards. These are the two hardest cards to strategize around. If you don't strategize around them, it's actually game over. Like there's very few detrimental cards that are game over. We've kind of talked about a few. Like I think Glass Slippers. Like there are some when they come out, it's game over. It's such a setback. It's so hard to come back from the setback. Um, I think Alice is the same way. Ariel could be. Monologuing is you're just discarding 3 cards from your hand, which doesn't sound that bad. But if you have 2 major modifications in your hand, you're toast. If you only have one, then you can kind of plan around that, discard the other 3, and then work from there. But if you have 2 major modifications in your hand, and you have to discard one of them, there's no card to retrieve it from the discard pile. So you're going to have to go through your entire deck, shuffle in your discard pile, and try to go through your deck again, trying to find that one major modification. It is an absolute, it's so bad. Same with, that was totally wicked. Discards all allies and items on Syndrome's realm. So if you have any major modifications on your board, they're gone. And it's the same thing. You're going to have to go through your entire deck, reshuffle, go through it again, try to find that stinking major modification. It is absolutely disgusting how terrible. I think these are the two most broken cards in actually all of. It's similar to like On the Run. Like when On the Run happens, you're like, all right, game over, on to the next. That's exactly how monologuing, and that was totally wicked. If I was ranking tier by tier, I would have these, no question about it. You could literally interchange these three, very much so. It's so bad. Dash, when Dash is played, you may move any hero to Dash's location. I'm gonna actually say it doesn't hurt because most of the move a hero. I'm okay. I'm okay if Dash comes out, to be honest. Elastigirl, when she's played, you may discard an ally from her location. I'll do a little bit of a setback. We've got Frozone. Allies cannot be moved away from Frozone's location. Very fitting. Honestly, doesn't hurt because you kind of want to defeat heroes. I mean, you literally cannot win if there are heroes in your realm. So having allies not be able to be moved from his location means that they can just vanquish him, which is feeding into your win con, which is awesome. Infiltrate, Syndrome Reveal Hand. Yep, does not hurt in the slightest. Doesn't hurt. I don't care if you see my hand. You do see the major modifications if you have them, stuff like that, but like, okay. Force Field is similar to Rafiki's Stick. You're just going to have to defeat the hero twice. So if you vanquish them, you're getting rid of the Force Field, and then you're going to have to vanquish them again. It's pretty dangerous. I'd say a little bit of a setback. Let's see, where did we put the other one? What was it? Rafiki Stick. Yeah, we put Rafiki Stick in danger. We're going to leave this one in danger as well. No capes. I really don't think it hurts. I just basically what it is you put this under your mover, and the start of the next turn they don't get a move, and I'm like, I could see it. I know. I'm gonna put it right down here. I'm gonna say I'm okay if it comes out. Most of the times it doesn't, and that's kind of why I'm okay with it. Teamwork is busted. Teamwork, I'm actually going to put in detrimental as well because you're setting up for potential detriment. You're setting up. Where do they go? Oh, I put them up there. I'm like, where did. Yeah. You're setting up for potentially having these. So what this card does, play this card, then play the second fate card you drew. Then you get a look at the 6 cards at the top of the fate deck and rearrange them in any order you'd like. You're setting up, you're literally setting up the next 3 turns on how you want your fating to be. It's so bad. Detrimental. Detrimental. Now we're in Oogie Boogie. When Sally is played, move Oogie Boogie to her location. While Sally is in play, Oogie Boogie can only move to adjacent locations. I mean, it hurts, but I'm okay if it comes out, to be honest. Sandy Claus is non-applicable. He starts on the board, and you just need to attach imposter Sandy Clauses to him, so he is non-applicable. Like, he doesn't have effect. He's... no. Oogie Boogie must reveal his hands. Choose 1 card to remove. Yeah, a little bit of a setback. Could be dangerous, especially if they remove those imposter Sandy Clauses. It can be kind of bad. The mayor of Halloween Town, when he is defeated, reveal fate cards until you find a hero. Play that hero to any location. Um, yeah, a little bit of setback, not danger. Zero, Jack Skellington gets +2 strength while Zero is in play. I'm okay if he comes out. I'm already kind of mentally trying to beef up to fight Jack anyway. So I feel like my allies are already capped out. Like this would bring him to 10 strength. Jack starts at 8, which is pretty nuts. This would bring him to 10. I feel like allies are already kind of around that general area anyway. It doesn't really affect it in my eyes. Distraction. Move a hero to an adjacent location. You may discard an ally or item. Um, yeah, that's. I'm gonna say a little bit of a setback, borderline danger. Especially if it's an ally or an item. Like if you get rid of the bathtub, that kind of sucks. If you get rid of a certain allies, that sucks. Yeah, it's a little bit of a setback. I'm okay with that. Hello, Oogie. Place Oogie Boogie under. Oh, this is gonna. I'm actually gonna put this in under danger. So what this does is whenever you make a dice roll, you reduce the result by, let's say, oh, that's a 1. I was like, I thought it was 2. Yeah, it's 2. So it reduces the result by 2. So yeah, you're gonna that's gonna suck. I put the danger. I typically tend to I try, if I have this out, I don't try to have my next dice card be Imposter Sandy Claus. I try to have it be one of the other cards where it's like, roll a dice roll, on a result you draw a card, or something like that. I try to have that be my next dice card so that my Imposter Sandy Clauses don't get affected by the -2. It's a little tip for you guys out there. I've played a lot of Oogie Boogie, and I know Oogie Boogie very, very, very well. When Dr. Finkelstein is defeated, place him on the top of the fate. Yeah, don't care. Doesn't hurt. 3 strength. Yeah, that's a little beefy, but yeah. Here's an interesting one. Because obviously you could put him in non-applicable. Like, oh, you need to defeat Jack Skellington. Your literal objective is defeat Jack Skellington. Well, he is a hero. He's also an effect. So if you pull him from the discard or from the fate deck, he is an effect. What it does is it literally removes an imposter Sandy Claus from Sandy Claus. So the question is detrimental or danger? I'm gonna put detrimental because there's times where that's a massive, massive setback. I mean, let's decide there is 6 imposter Sandy Claus cards in the deck. Let's say you got 3 attached. You need to attach 1 more. You've already gone through 2 of them. There's 2 in your discard. You only have 1 imposter Sandy Claus in your hand. And you remove 1. Well, now you're gonna have to recycle and go through your deck again. It's quite. Jack Skellington's pretty brutal. Citizens of Halloween Town is probably the most common one to actually come out. I believe there's 3 or 4 in the deck, and it just says you need to defeat this before defeating another hero. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, I actually didn't know that. For as much as I can tell you, I played a lot of Oogie Boogie. I have played a lot of Oogie Boogie. I didn't realize it was before you defeat another hero in this location. So if you don't play Citizens of Halloween Town to Jack Skellington's location, you can defeat Jack Skellington. Very interesting. Kind of forgot about that. Maybe I did play right. And I just kind of yeah. I'm gonna put a little bit of a setback. All right, the final 2, King Candy and Shere Khan. The final 2 until Tomatoa and Davy Jones. I don't think we've had a lot of people watching this. That's okay. I've been uploaded to YouTube, and that's usually where I get most of the views anyway. I'd love to hear you guys' comments. Favorite villains, favorite whatever. If you guys have had some bad experiences with some fake cards, I'd love to hear your stories. I'm always game for villainous stuff. You may choose and play a hero from King Candy's discard pile. That hero gains 1 strength. Don't really care if it comes out, if I'm being honest. What's with all the magic sparkles? You may discard a glitch. If you discard a glitch and a glitch is still attached to Vanellope, move the racer token 3 spaces forward. Yeah, this is gonna be danger. Because even if there's only one glitch, then that ends the race. But if there is a second glitch, then it's moving forward. Anytime it moves forward, equal bad. Vultures. You may play vultures to a location with another hero. When played, move vultures and that hero to another location. Nice. They just kind of carry. A little bit of a setback, I'd say. Yeah, I like it though. Wreck-It Ralph's interesting because he has to come out most likely for the medallion. King Candy must pay 1 power to perform a move, which sucks. I'm gonna put danger for him, even though you need him to put the medallion on him. It's like a whole ordeal or whatever. Yeah, he's anytime you have to pay to do an action, pay to vanquish, do anything to pay. It's kind of hard with King Candy because it's limited. His track, it's not 4 locations, so it's a figure 8 race track. And sometimes you're in a position like where you can't fate. And that's one thing I hate about King Candy is there's literally like 2 fates on this side. So if you're ever on this side, you can't fate, or vice versa. It's really hard to like plan your fates out, and if like you're in a position where you can't fate, you've lost the game, and it really sucks. Fix It Felix. When Fix It Felix is played, you may move Vanellope Von Schweetz to any location. The first time I played this, I was baffled because I thought it was the racer token. So I'm like, you can literally just move her to the start line and win. But no, it's her actual card. At the start of King Candy's turn, you may only move forward 2 or 3 either spaces. Yeah. I'm actually going to put danger. Limiting your spaces you can move actually kind of sucks. When I just told you it's kind of hard to plan your fate actions, to plan that. Anytime you're limited, then that really does suck. This is another one. Sergeant Calhoun. She's kind of one where you may move Vanellope Von Schweetz to any location. King Candy pays 1 power to perform a play a card action. So that's bad too. So to play a card, you got to pay a power. And that to me that sucks for King Candy. And we've got the Beacon. These are like really more like choose a location and move an adjacent candy Cybug in play to that location. You may remove 1 candy Cybug from that location. I think a little bit of a setback. Candy Cybugs are pretty cool cards, actually. So Vanellope Von Schweetz. I'm gonna zoom this in so we can start seeing a little better. Before King Candy moves, Vanellope Von has a glitch attached. Reveal the top card of. So this is you reveal a card, whatever the cost is. You move that many spaces. +1, +2, right? Yeah. She's danger. Finally, have a real card. Reveal the top card of King Candy's deck. You may move the racer token forward the number of action spaces equal to the. Okay. I'm going to put danger just for the potential that it actually has. Just glaze me. King Candy must reveal his hand and discard 2 cards. If it was just reveal hand, it'd be fine. The discarding 2 cards really sucks. Princess Vanellope. Move King Candy back up to 4 action spaces. That is pretty busted, actually. Okay. Look at the top 4 cards King Candy's deck. Put 2 cards on top, 2 cards on bottom in any order. A little bit of setback for sure. Guys, we're on the final villain, which is Shere Khan. Congratulations, one and all. Thanks for sticking around. If you guys have stuck around, Bagheera When she is played, you may move all heroes and allies to any of the locations. That is pretty bad, actually. Baloo. When another hero would be defeated, place a power token on Baloo instead. When Baloo has 3 power tokens, I'm actually going to put. Is that detrimental? Because that's literally like 3 Rafiki stick. You know, it's. Is Baloo detrimental? I think he is. That's pretty cracked. Um, yeah. Mowgli, you need to defeat Mowgli. So I'm going to kind of put him in non-applicable, but I think he would be just a regular danger. Played or moved. Mm, I'm going to put him under non-applicable just because his literal effect is to defeat Mowgli and have no fire tokens. So in that regard, like, yeah, he'd be danger. The Jungle Patrol. Reveal the top card of Shere Khan's Fate deck. If it's an effect, play it. Otherwise, return it to the top. This is a little bit of a setback if it needs to be. Tiger by the tail. You may reveal a hero. You may remove. Oh my goodness. You may move a hero to any location. You may move Shere Khan to a location with a hero. A little bit of a setback, I think. Yeah. Man's red fire. Place a fire token or move. It's detrimental. I'm sorry. The way you can control the fire like this is just detrimental. In Shere Khan, it's actually super easy to like win with Shere Khan pretty quick, but like late, like if you get to a mid game with Shere Khan, that's where he kind of starts to struggle because then fire can just come out, come out, come out. But the quicker you can get Mowgli out and get some allies, and if you don't win start of the game, it's tough in the mid and end game for Shere Khan. It's very easy to continuously keep fire around, and you can't win with any fire in your realm. Choose a location in Shere Khan's realm. All heroes in that location gain. I'm okay if it comes out. Guys, the final card. Is it even the best card? No. When Wolfpack is played, discard a monkey or an item. It is dangerous, though. From his location. We're going to end putting this in a danger. We did it. 288 Fate deck cards. Holy cow. We're going to zoom out so we can get a little better visual of what we've got. How much more can we go out? I want to go super far out. Let's see. Yeah, so I'll just kind of skim through really fast. Let's enlarge it just once. You guys can get a pretty good look at these. You obviously can't read the effects, but I talk about them a little bit. I'll find a way to see if I can add timestamps. I don't know if I'll be able to add timestamps. Well, I mean, I know I can, but I'm going to try to find a way to add timestamps. It would be a very long video or a long editing process to add timestamps. So for right now, I'll make you guys a deal. I will add timestamps so it's easier to like look at things that I say about each card. If this video, I don't know, my last video got 140 views, which is not a lot, but it's a lot for me. It's the most I've ever had. If we can beat that, I'll start adding timestamps. But yeah, so this is my doesn't hurt category. We've got the I don't mind if it comes out category. No. A little bit of here, a little bit of there. A little bit of a setback. That's kind of what I got down here. Got danger. There's a lot more danger than I thought, even though that's good. That means they're designing the Fate decks to actually be danger. But as I'm like reading them, there was more danger than I thought. And then detrimental are pretty much what I kind of anticipated to be the detrimental ones. So there was some like I knew for a fact on the run. I knew for a fact those 3 were going to be detrimental. I knew for a fact the Claw was. I didn't really think Woody would. No, I'm like Red. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty bad. I knew Mickey would. Goofy, I'm like, nah, yeah, Goofy's pretty detrimental. And then we've got some non-applicables, which is just basically win con cards, where they have to be out if you want to achieve your objective, kind of type deal. So they're more irrelevant. Um, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've appreciated you guys. Go like, subscribe the video. Um, Follow would be awesome. Share it. It'd be awesome. But yeah, I'll be posting this up on YouTube. So if you guys didn't get a chance to check it out, you'll be